So, Hard Miles is a movie that has fallen so far under the radar that only 2 people rated it at the time that I watched it on Amazon Prime. It's about a true story of a man named Greg Townsend, played by Matthew Modine, who I've recently seen travel into the most redneck of places to save his daughter in the reboot of Wrong Turn. Greg rounds up some troubled kids that he works with, puts faith in them as people, and decides to take them on a trek all the way to the Grand Canyon. The catch is that they will ride all the way there on bicycles that they made themselves, working as a team, thinking of each other, pushing through their past, and fighting for their future. It also helps Greg overcome his own past. Running from it, sure, but if you run straight long enough, you end up right back where you started. Maybe this time with the strength needed to conquer the problem and move forward. The boys all have their own hang-ups, physical abilities, and personalities that make them most suitable for certain roles on the team. Rice is a big boy, knows exactly what buttons to push, as well as when he's gone too far and needs to stop the conflict that he started. He's not too bright in the book smart sense, something he is very aware of, but he tries to not let it show as much as he can. He isn't dumb though. He's a good hands-on worker and isn't afraid to make a fool of himself in an attempt to understand the world around him, which we see during a scene whenever he tries to read a map just by looking at the map and comparing it to what he knows off of things like a GPS. Does it work? No, but it does a good job showcasing what he tries to do in order to come to grips with what he doesn't really know. He doesn't just give up, he pushes forward and tries to make sense of things at the very least. Smink has an eating disorder. He wants to have some semblance of control over every aspect of his life, and without that control, he feels lost and vulnerable. He takes a liking to Greg, looks up to him more than the others do, and gets teased for it as well. He pushes himself the most out of all of them, however, always wanting to push beyond his limits plus ultra. Atencio is a victim of gang violence, being forced into the life by his cousin, his family, feeling like that's all the future that he has in store. All that he can look forward to, all that he can strive for, and all that he can be. He has severe anger issues, sees red when he lashes out, literally losing all sense of reality. He will beat the ever-living snot out of whoever intervenes between a fight with him and somebody else and not even realize that he's doing it, something that visibly scares him at points in the film. Last of our team of writers, and last to be a team player if we're being honest, is Woolbright. He is the hardest to like at first. His first action on scene is literally insulting everyone, deliberately lashing out, ignoring rules, and just being a jerk for seemingly no reason at all. Whenever Greg returns that energy though, even if his is in a more playful way, it's something that Willie really ends up taking to heart. He's far more sensitive than he lets on at the beginning, broken by the world that he's a part of, feeling let down by everyone that breathes, since there's been a lot of times where he actually was. He has some of the most intense scenes throughout the movie, some scenes that may be kinda hard for people to watch, and a lot of moments where all the hope you have for him kinda feels like you shouldn't. Moments where he kinda doesn't feel like a very good dude that's going to grow into having the future that he wants, because he keeps resorting to going back to who he was. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Now there is another team member in general though, a mental health professional named Haddie, who offers advice that Greg rarely listens to, and drives a van around filled with supplies so the boys can each have their own tent, plenty of food and water, and in case they screw up monumentally and have to be driven back to the correction center at breakneck speed, she's there for that as well. The actress is the same one that played the race-swapped Vicky Vale in the Merry Batman that I covered around Christmas time in 2023. I just wanted to bring that up because it's almost Christmas again while I'm recording this, and man, time flies. There's 2 more honorable mentions I want to throw in here. One is the actor that played Stanley in The Office, Leslie Baker, who plays the head of the facility here, acting as like a school principal if you will. He has some funny lines, and his small screen time makes the most of his unique uniquely expressive voice. I really liked him, and I couldn't really imagine another actor coming in and playing the same character. He may not have been like a huge important character that was in a lot of scenes or anything, but the scenes that he was in, he literally is the only one I can consider being there for it. He did phenomenal, and it really makes me wonder why he doesn't have more roles outside of that sitcom, which I believe that he has said that he was supposed to be in like an Office spin-off maybe, but something happened and it all fell through, or a spin-off with just Stanley in it from The Office. I don't remember, that's something I'd have to look into. I'm going far off track, let's go back to the movie. And the second one I want to talk about is Speedy, a bike shop owner who helps provide Greg with what he needs at discounted prices, for free, whatever he can afford to do. He's played by Sean Astin, Sam from Lord of the Rings, Raph from 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Bob from Stranger Things. Heck, homie's been in a lot of my favorite media, and yours as well, I'm sure. Together, each one of these characters makes this journey possible. Each one has some semblance of faith in these boys, and in a world that has seemed to abandon them, it speaks volumes on the people that the movie is based on, especially whenever there are child services within this movie that do come and their job is supposed to be to ensure that the children are doing best and that the facility is doing best for the children, but they talk about the kids as if they aren't even kids, as if they are lost causes, as if they are inmates, as if their entire life has already been made out for them and they can't recover from what they've done. And it's really dehumanizing, and the characters themselves aren't even trying to be that way, they're just speaking, and it's the way they say things that make it sound that way. Like, I feel like the child services actually have like good intentions, but it shows like an ounce of desensitization maybe, that even though it only comes up a few times, really does matter and show the back against the wall world that these kids are coming into and being a part of. The real Greg Townsend and his daughter did make the bikes that were rode in the movie. I learned that when I searched it up afterwards to try to find out the true story and how it all went down. He used his van as the van used within the movie, and he was extremely inspiring to everyone on set, so I wanted to make sure to point that out and give him some credit for that, because it's really cool to hear that someone that is good in a movie and has done good things in real life also shares that same energy when making a movie that he himself is a character in, not only towards the people on set that are a part of the movie, but towards everyone around him in his actions apart from the movie. What he did when he wasn't even around, what he did when he woke up in the morning and went on a bike ride just to do it. He was inspiring, and I thought that was really cool. It's a movie with a lot of emotional moments, a lot of distressing moments, but a whole lot of heart itself. Is it predictable at times? Sure. This is the sports genre after all, and real life is pretty predictable once you realize that what you're trying to do has similarly been done before. They use that predictable unpredictability of life to great effect here though, pulling heartstrings and making a difference one trip at a time. I can't get into the specifics of each character's backstory because that kinda spoils the meat and potatoes of the film, so I think that's all I can really say about it here. If you like movies that delve into characters' psyche, their past, and how that affects their present, which affects their future, then this is for you. If you like movies with a feel-good ending, based off true stories of true struggles, then this is for you. If you appreciate good performances, then you'll find that here as well. Just make sure you are in the mood for it, as even if shown on screen only momentarily, a few moments could potentially be triggering for some people, especially a point where suicide happens to be very implied as a possible outcome to a certain situation. Thank you, YouTube, for making me have to say that in the weirdest way possible. I appreciate that you age restrict, block, and even demonetize spreading awareness of serious issues that are plaguing our world, our youth, today, which is another reason why I'm thankful for movies such as this being made. I normally cover horror movies as horror is my favorite and arguably most creative genre outside of animation, but I watched this and was moved by it, so figured it was worth some coverage. If you watch it, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and for more news, reviews, and whatever we choose, stay tuned to Nerdsfeed. Have a great day. Thank you.